Yo, welcome back, people. Hey, look, y'all gotta understand, I'm happy as hell to be back. I am so glad to be back with my people. I'm so
Yes.
glad to be back. I'm so excited for our special guest. I'm so excited to be here. We took a much needed break. So let's
Yeah.
still have to take a break.
I do.
But everybody else took a much needed break, so let's go take care of that in a minute. But we are so glad to be back, you guys. Like so glad. Like I'm excited to say if I had this headset on, I'd be doing flips. But thank you guys so much for being back. Welcome to the Wild That's Crazy podcast, season 2, episode 15. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we get started, I'm gonna start off with the ladies. I'm gonna ask the ladies how their vacation been and what's been up with them and how they been. So we're gonna start with the youngest in charge. We're gonna start with Taylor. You guys can't see Taylor, but you can hear Taylor, and that's very important because if you see these shorts, I have to help y'all
my
out.
God.
But it's okay. I'm on Uncle Daddy mode.
Oh my
Taylor,
God.
how was your vacation?
My vacation was good. I'm starting a new job starting Wednesday.
Woo-woo.
Round of
I'm
applause.
happy. And I just been hanging out with my friends lately, and we've been having fun. This weekend I had a girls' night. And it was
Whoa,
fun.
girls night.
Yeah.
What we do at this girls
Well,
night?
we was painting. We had a movie night,
Oh,
and
that was
we
nice.
played like card games.
Okay.
And yeah,
When
it
the
was
boys
fun.
there was
No.
okay.
But yesterday we did go
Talk
to
your
a
mama.
party.
Okay.
We did go to a party.
Okay. It was cool.
But
Good
yeah,
vibe.
yeah, it was fun. And, I stayed woke till like 5 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm so sleepy, but I'm gonna thug it out.
That's what I'm. That's my
what
lady.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to go out
It's
the
so
day before.
surreal. My
I
little
know.
angel growing up, my little 4.0, like, it's just, I be ready to choke and hurt somebody, but I'm so proud of her, and she's so responsible, so I trust her.
Thank you.
And
That's
I got her back, even though I'm short, so I'm going to talk to her more.
Oh my God.
But it's
Keep
all right.
messing with me.
Celeste, how about you, baby?
Okay, so my last 3 weeks has been very adventurous, like really busy, but fun. So, ooh wee.
Busy lady. If you guys think I'm busy, I'm not busy like she's busy.
I threw my husband white party within 11 days.
Round of applause. Everybody, come on, clap it up. Like, this party was for real. I'm going to tell y'all why I almost cried, but go ahead.
And so he came in the house and said, hey, I have been asking him for weeks, what you want for your birthday? What you want to do? He decided 11 days before his birthday, he wanted a white party. So I planned a whole white party within an hour. Like, as soon as he said it, I went to work. So that was a huge success. So that was fun. Then I started my organization, my nonprofit organization is Healing and Prosperity. And we started our new youth program, which is called Kenya Youth Program, that I'm so excited about. Kenya was my best friend.
Okay.
And she passed away in 2004.
Rest in peace.
And so we started a youth program to support children who's lost parents to incarceration or that's deceased. But we accept all children because I believe that no children is left behind.
That's a fact.
So we do that every Saturday from 12 to 3, and it's been very, very fun and busy. Yesterday they had me jumping and, doing stuff that I normally don't do, but it felt good. And so then I also do the preschool, summer school during the week, Monday through Friday. And so, I've been very, very busy. Not on top of that, doing all kind of events with family and friends and all that.
Yes.
So it's been good through a whole Father's Day celebration at the marina. It's been very, very fun. So been booked and busy, but it's been all love and fun.
Round of applause to that. Okay. With me,
Mr. Travel Man here, he been gone.
I've been doing a little something. Much needed vacation. But with me, like, the biggest thing is a lot of times we take on a lot of responsibilities and we take on a lot of stuff. And I'm used to being that person who's always busy, never get a lot of sleep, and just grinding. I'm always hustling, always doing what I got to do, always doing what I got to do. So, like, with the podcast, I just figured it was a much needed break because I underestimated how many things I really had in June, July. Like my son graduated, he had prom. My cousin Celeste's husband Biddy had the party. My brother was getting married. Shout out to him and his beautiful wife.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Pete and Sway. And it was just a lot of stuff going on. I underestimated because I'm always busy, and I just thought like, oh, it's just every day. No, it wasn't every day. If I didn't take these weeks off, I'd probably be like going through something really crazy. So I'm glad, and in the process, helping my friends, get fit and healthy, and coworkers, and helping everybody get aboard because I don't care who you are. When you're trying to get healthy and fit, I'm gonna be there. I don't care how many hours I work. And I work down to 80, 90 hours a week. So I don't care. Like, fit and healthy is everything. Because I think that's the thing in our community we could do better. Like, choosing this over that. Not sitting there eating the best or being the best, exercising every day. But just choosing this option over this option. So with me, it just was like I had time to kind of enjoy my brother's wedding. Thank God I took the time off because it was beautiful. It was on a yacht. It was amazing. Like, I enjoyed it. Me and my uncles got to conversate and talk. We found a section that was for us on the boat. So if you know, you know. And we had a lot of great drinks. Met some dope women, amazing people. The bride's husband. The bride's. The bride's father was an amazing guy, and we just made some of our family, extended family, and just had a great time, man. It was amazing. Good. And with my son's graduation, it was beautiful.
Yes,
it was beautiful because even with my son prom, I'm gonna start with his prom. With my son prom, it was amazing because, and this give y'all behind the scenes how I am as a father. My goal as a father is to create a life that's different from my life, your brother's life, my father's life, his father's life. Is to give you a life that's different and putting you in a position to win and be successful and to be happy. So with my son, since he been a baby, since elementary, kindergarten, and everything, I always practice to him that, hey, you got to carry yourself a certain way. You got to be this way. You got to act a certain way. You got to do this certain way. So what was fulfilling for me was when everybody called me or texted me after his prom send-off. Because I invited a couple of people. I'm not the big invite everybody, but a certain amount of people. And when everybody kind of texted me and sent back, like, oh, your son was great. He was this and that. And some of my sisters he had just met. Like some of my family or some family members he had just met. And for everybody to text me and just say, wow, your kid is amazing. Like, he's dope. Like, even my barber and everybody at the barber shop praises my son. And not just God and hard work and his mother and our relationship, and putting them in the positions to be great. Like, you have to be able to carry yourself in a certain manner. You got to be able to fit in every room, and you want to stand out. You don't want to fit in. You want to stand out. So I was so proud of my son for doing that. He's been working since 16. He knows what he want to do when he graduated. He just graduated. He already know what college he's going to. He got that set up, and he's a great young man.
That's cool.
He stays fit and healthy. He think he can get dad one day, but he won't. His dad gonna always stay healthy and fit. But I have amazing kids, and the baby is doing great. It's a little greedy, but eating mashed potatoes already, trying to walk. And my middle son's doing great in basketball with his health and fitness, and he's doing his anime and everything, his video games, and doing what he want to do. And I'm just proud of them. And I just had a trip to New Orleans that was beautiful. I met amazing people, amazing women, had great conversations, and it was definitely somewhere I want to go again. And I had a great time. Like, I love building relationships and talking to dope people. And anybody that can help me, inspire me, or make me better, I'm all for it. And it was just great. Like, the time off was just breathtaking. It was amazing because I got to sit back and kept reminding myself, stop working. Don't work. Just relax, chill. And have a great time, and I did that, and I, ate right, exercised, worked, and did what I had to do, and it was amazing. So I appreciated that, and I'm so glad to be back with you guys, and I'm just happy.
Yeah, that's good.
And before we start and introduce our guests, I want to touch on one thing: friendships. And it's gonna be real quick. This ain't gonna be no long drawn out because y'all know I can talk. But my whole thing is friendships. And we was talking about this behind the scenes. If you saw the Facebook Live, then you understand. My whole thing with friendships, it's not just friendship, it's family too. My whole thing with friendships and family too. At the end of the day, the beginning of the day, however you want to put it, we have to understand we have a journey. We have a journey with God. We have a journey with ourselves. And if you don't believe in God, you have a journey with yourself. I believe in God. So I feel we have a journey with God and ourselves to be better and to do better. And I look at it like a race. It's some people that's gonna come along with the race that's gonna be right there to warm you up. It's some people that's gonna run with you, and some people that's gonna push you and run with you to the end. But the whole thing is making sure you there and understanding your role. My role never changes. My role is to run to the end of the race and to be great and to be fast and do whatever I gotta do. So a lot of times with friendship, what people don't understand is, and I'm not gonna single it. I'm not gonna single nothing out. I'm gonna say it just the way I'm saying it. My whole thing was with people with a race is my whole journey is to understand me. If you understand me as a person, you understand my growth, you understand my heart, you understand my intentions, then you can roll with me because you understand me. That means you can keep going far as you want to go with me with this race. Long as you know my heart, my intentions, because I could be funny. I could be an asshole. I could be insensitive. I could be loving. But the most important thing I'm going to be is loyal and always have your back. You never going to be able to call a friend like you call me. That's whether it's moving. That's whether it's watching your kid. That's whether it's having your back. That's that flat in the middle of the night where you on the road, where you by yourself. Nobody would ever be a more better friend than I am. So all I ask in return is for loyalty and for you to just understand that I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. Everybody else you can't call any time of the night. Everybody else you can't ask for this. Everybody else you can't ask for that. I'm that friend you can ask for everything and rely and depend on that friend. So at the end of the day, that's how I am. Loyalty, integrity, honesty is everything to me. You could be an open book to me because I'm going to be that way with you. I'm going to cry with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you where I fall short. I'm going to tell you where I'm disappointed, I'm hurt. I'm going to be that way. I don't care about how you look at me. Only person perception I care about is God. Because long as I know he understands, why do I care about somebody else?
That's it.
We don't care about our brothers and sisters' interpretation of us or our cousins. We only want to please our parents or our role models or people we really looked at like that. So I would just say that as far as the friendship is understanding that we got to grow and have goals and inspire and motivate and be different with each other. If you don't understand that, then I can't help you understand that. You got to understand I'm all about growth. I'm all about inspiring each other. I'm all about doing what I got to do. I'm all about being a beacon of hope and inspiring people. This is my journey. Some people never understand what their purpose is to be in life. I understand mine. It's to inspire people through health, through fitness, through motivation, through everything that I do, to show people I love and appreciate them, and through happiness and joy. That's my gift. It's not everybody else's gift, but it's my gift. So with that being said, the reason why I asked this beautiful young lady to come on this show is because I love her journey. And unlike everybody else, I don't know her personally, but I know her through watching social media and watching and conversations and understanding who she is. And I appreciate her. I celebrate her because she's a dope, beautiful black woman. And I appreciate everything she's doing. And I asked her to be on here. And she didn't give me the response some of y'all other females give. I'm not trying to talk to y'all. I'm not trying to. That's not how I roll. The way I roll, ladies, going forward is to just hang out with you a couple times, talk to you. And if we vibe, then we kick it. I don't want to kick it with you off the top because I don't know you. I don't care about pictures. I don't care about social media. I don't care about how sexy you look in that dress. None of that shit matters to me. I care about what's your goals, what's your mentality, what's your relationship with God, what's your intentions with your family, how's your relationship with your mother and father. So if that's not perfect, I don't want to fucking talk to you. So understand, when I send you a request, it's not to talk to you. This is my show. This is our show. We here to make a difference.
That's right.
I don't want to flirt with nobody I don't know. I don't talk to people I don't know. I don't care about you. I don't know if you see the pictures, but I'm a good looking dude and I'm dope. I don't need you and I don't want you and I'm not trying to sexually do nothing. Honestly, I've been.
You really get response like that?
You gotta give it to him.
Right.
I've been single since my last relationship.
No, I'm saying people really respond to you.
No, they think it's awesome catch.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like this. Like,
Yeah.
look, I've been broken up since my ex. I probably only had sex one time with one person since damn near 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. This not saying I can't get it or I don't want it. I get it. I can get it every day. That's just facts. I don't care about that. I care about a partner. Somebody I can share life with. Somebody I can enjoy. Somebody I can do certain stuff with. So I'm not the guy reaching out on the social media about a podcast trying to holler. I don't want to holler at you. I don't care about your pictures. I see some of y'all posts. I don't want to talk to you. That's honest.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I ask you to be on the show, this is business related. This is for people. This is for family, friends, kids. This ain't about to holler at you.
Encouragement, inspiration.
Because I don't have no problem just hollering your DM saying what I say. I don't care if you say yes or no. It don't hurt my feelings. I'm dope. I just went out of town and had an amazing time. I had a great conversation with great women and talked to a therapist, and she was incredible. And we gonna stay friends and we gonna enjoy each other, and we had a great time. And I knew I was where I needed to be because I talked to a therapist.
Right.
And I knew she knew she wouldn't
I was
be.
just about to say that.
So everybody else, like, I had fun and great conversation with people there. Thank God for our conversations, our time. But I like talking to people that get it.
Yeah.
So it's not a knock on y'all, but females, we gotta realize everybody trying to holler.
Right.
Everybody not trying to holler. I promise you not. Because some of us guys feel better than y'all. Our motivation is really for real motivation. It's not the fake makeup. I don't need that.
Right.
I post pictures when I'm ugly on Instagram. I post pictures when me and my son's ashy. When we at the park. So it just understand every guy's different. Just like every beautiful woman is different.
Yeah.
I have to celebrate all y'all in your own way. My thing is not to try to fuck everybody, but to get to know you, celebrate you, and understand you, and then see if you want to come in my world.
Right.
I don't want everybody in my world. I'm an energy person.
Yeah.
So if your energy ain't
Energy
right,
is so important.
life coach. So with all that being said, this beautiful woman, I invited her to be on this show because not only do I love her Instagram stories, her Facebook stories, I love her energy. I love her passion. I love her mother, her being a mother. I love her energy, her passion, her doing good at what she fucking do. She kill what she do. She's doing a great job. She's doing her thing. And I want to celebrate her. This whole episode is about celebrating her and being dope and having a great conversation. So with that being said, I want to welcome Jhalisha Foster in this mother. Woo!
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
You comfortable? Okay.
You said a mouthful.
Didn't he? He
Hey
described
man, I
me to
get
a
myself
T.
off. It's been a
Especially with the whole
vacation.
friend thing when he was describing who he is. I'm like, oh, how he?
It's been a vacation, man. We back,
like,
man.
okay.
But yeah,
let me get
welcome to
some
the
stuff
show.
right.
We are so happy to have you
Yeah,
here.
I'm happy
Thank
to
you
be
for
here.
joining us.
Thank you.
It's been a long little process, but like I told you, I wanted you on this show because I thought you was amazing. And I love the way you got back at me with the show. Like, I tell people all the time, like, look, if you're not comfortable just off my word, because you don't know me, and I understand that, watch an episode or two. Watch it, and then see if it works for you. If it don't, then I understand. If it do, it don't. And with you, you said, oh yeah, I like this shit. We can do this. Let's set it up. I like what you doing. I like what y'all doing. I like the energy. This is for me. And I like that. And I appreciate you. And I want to shake your hand and say thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
so much. So, like, the reason why I wanted you on this show is because, like I said with the intro, I wanted you on this show because I thought you were amazing. I thought you was hardworking. I thought you was I thought you was a great mother, and I thought you was on your shit. I thought you was like ready to do what you need to do. I thought that, you know, somebody like you need to be celebrated because we all the time talk about our black queens and what we need to do. I made it my business to make sure you came on our show with another beautiful black queen on our show, and we wanted to celebrate you because like this show is all about that. Like my cousin is fucking amazing. Like she's dope. She's amazing. Her husband is amazing. Their relationship, and this show is about. Yeah, yeah. She gonna cash out me later, but it's about celebrating women. That's amazing and dope, and that's why we wanted you on.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you for inviting me on.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't want it to be like, no, why you inviting me on? What's the catch? What's the motive? Like, what's going on? I wanted you to know, and that's why I appreciate it. I didn't have to go through all that spiel with you. I told you what it was. You got what it was. We understood. We set up a date, and we did what we had to do. So I appreciate that. So before we get started, and we talk to you, so we're going to ask everybody how their week been. Celeste, how was your week?
My week has been absolutely amazing. No day off. But it's been all good, positive energy. I do a lot, and a lot that I do, everything that I do, I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really a job when you enjoy what you do.
That's a
And
fact.
so it's been a busy week, and it's been an amazing week, and I'm just so grateful. I was just took some time today to just really just sit back and just connect with me, and just just take the time to just thank me for executing everything to the best of my ability and what God has downloaded in me. So it's been a really dope week. It has been. No complaints.
Awesome.
How's your week been?
My week has been amazing.
Like I tell people, we don't get generic answers. Tell us how your week really been. Good, bad, and different.
Honestly, my week has been very, very good. I've had some meetings with some business professionals to kind of help me level up my business.
Okay.
I finally launched my business page and
Round of
my
applause.
brand. So that honestly went way better than I thought. So that was really good. Personally, got a chance to spend some time with some family and friends. So that was nice. And then just kind of like Celeste said, I just got a chance to really sit down and kind of have some come to Jesus moments with myself.
That's what's up.
So I'm real big
important.
on energy and stuff like that. So I make sure that I kind of reset, recharge myself before I really kind of go into the world and try and give them what I got.
Okay.
So yeah, everything was pretty good.
What's up? Well, my week it was. First of all, this I know I'm a workaholic. I'm just coming off vacation. I went straight to working 1,000 hours again and doing what I have to do. And not only am I working out one time a day, I'm doing 2-3 times a day because I'm so passionate about people just doing their thing. And when you come to me, be like, I'm trying to do this. I got this goal set. I'm there. I'm committed. So, like, not only, plus I got things I want to do. I got stuff I want to do with the show. I got stuff, the other show I want to get back going. I got stuff I want to do. So, my thing is, like, with the hard work and the energy and the things you ask God for and you want, you got to give them the work.
That's
So,
it.
I don't have no problem with giving them the work. Working is my thing. Like, I'm going to make sure I'm doing everything on my end to fulfill everything because I know he going to deliver.
You
I
already
gotta do
know.
my part. So, it was great. And today, like, my mom and pops, you know, they came to church. It was beautiful. They surprised me and they popped up.
Oh, that was nice.
And they brought my guy Brandon. He was there. And it was just beautiful seeing them all there. And it was like my dad been in my church before, but my stepmother and my homeboy, they both came, and it was just like they got to see my pastor. Like, you know how you tell people all the time, like, oh, my pastor good. You be like, yeah, everybody say they pastor good.
Right?
No. Like, my pastor is good. Like, great. Like, amazing. Like, if he had the platform or the field the other guys had, he would blow your socks off. Wow. He would blow all them away because he's that amazing. It's not about competition or better or the message. It's just about I know how dope he is. As a person, as a man, as a father, as a friend, I see it every day how he is. So it's just like I celebrate him and I celebrate that. And just I wanted, a lot of times we get so busy where we put God last. And I'm not doing that. Since we started back, I said I'm gonna make it my business. If I'm recording a podcast, I'm going to church. And even if it's not 4 times out of the month, it's gonna be at least 3. Like that, I make it in my business. That's important because we don't get none of this or celebrate none of this without him. So it's like I'm not even gonna shortchange him, play him, or do none of that. I'm gonna make it my business to do it. So today was an amazing day because I got to do that. Got to see my little baby, my little chunky man. He eat mashed potatoes now. And thank you to his mother. She's doing a great job. And you know, I got to like take my oldest to the barbershop yesterday. We had a great conversation, and I'm so impressed with him as a man and young man and what he's doing, and it's just amazing. I'm proud of him, proud of my middle son. He's the middle now, and so I be having to tell him like, you're the middle. But I'm proud of him because he's really been working hard with his basketball stuff in preparation for trying to make the basketball team this fall. So I've been giving him all the tools and avenues to make it. It's up to you, Jordan. You got to do your part. You've been working hard. You've been doing your thing. If this is what you want, you're going to make it happen. But I'm proud of all 3 of y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. I love all y'all. So, by you being on today, I'm going to hit you with some of the tough, rapid questions.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, before the tough, rapid questions, well, all 3 of us involved right now, all 3 of us have something in common, whether we know it or not. And what I love about my cousin is me and her share some of the same goals and things that we have in common. And what I love about you, we share some of the things in common. So that thing is drive and motivation. So we're going to start with our guests, then we're going to go to Celeste, then we're going to go to me. What motivates your drive or motivation? What makes you work hard as you can? Starting with our guests. What is your motivation? Like, what makes you really go hard?
You know what? So I think that so I was married before.
Okay.
I was a stay-at-home mom. And at the time, my ex-husband was kind of taking care of like all of the finances and all, the household.
Okay.
So my motivation is really to be able to maintain my family financially, on my own. And then, just taking care of my mother eventually, and my children, you know what I mean? So that first. And then, I don't want to go back to a 9-to-5. So I really just kind of, I keep at it because at the end of the day, I want to be able to, I spent so much of my time, like I came from, the real estate industry when I did property management for a while. And I spent so much time. I mean, I was bringing these businesses in millions of dollars every single year and, being a top employee. And I said, I don't want to build anybody else's business. You know what I mean? Exactly. I really wanted to, being a stay-at-home mom too, I wanted to be able to have the freedom to just take care of my kids, be there when they're sick, not have to ask for time off, things like that. So honestly, just the fear of having to go back to a 9-to-5, being there for my children, wanting to provide some stability for my mother, and just, provide a legacy for my own family. Okay. That's pretty much what my motivation is.
I love that. Celeste?
Well, just like you said, that's my motivation as well. And coming from the background, like growing up with family and, my mother and father, I don't know if they had that, but it was something that wasn't instilled in me. And so what motivates me now is, number one, me, because if I'm not motivating or doing the things that I desire to do for myself, and encouraging my daughter, even my husband, that's really important to me because at the end of the day, that's what we depend on. We have each other. And so another passion of mine is children. Okay. Being able to get up every day and give all I have to not just my own, but other people trusted me to instill coping skills and resiliency and things of that nature to other kids. That is my motivation. That's my comfy place. I absolutely love it. And so I apply those things to my life, and to be able to have the gift of giving back to others, even adults, not just the children, but even adults. It really motivates me. It gives me a reason to keep it, to keep going, because it's needed. And so I really enjoyed that. And my family, I understand that I am the person who is looked upon to be the, how you might have like that one person in your family that everybody look up to.
Yeah. I'm that person in my family.
And so
you're a strong one. You got it.
Yeah, that motivates me, because I have to be the best me I can be, because I know they watching me. And so that's what keep me motivated, and staying away from a whole bunch of garbage and stuff like that, because just like I want the best for me, I want that for my family as well. So that motivates me.
Amen.
Yeah. With me, it's just like you ladies said, just understanding that as men, we have to be the leaders. Whether we want to or not, we have to be the leaders. And if you're not comfortable being a leader, then you're not comfortable having a family or a woman or a wife or a kid. Like, part of being a leader is understanding that I have to make sure I'm straight. I have to make sure the lady's straight. I mean, make sure my kid's straight. I have to make sure all the three of us straight. And if you're not ready to do that, you're not ready to be a leader. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to work to build to do that. It's just not something you taught every day. But you have to understand that if you stepping in this role, you have to fulfill that.
Yeah.
And with me, it's just one of them things where, coming off a failed marriage, a failed relationship. And the only reason I call it failed, because I didn't reach the plateau. Like, I still got the growth, I still got the understanding, so it really is not a fail. But to me, that's how I look at it. But I look at it like I learned something from both situations, and it made me a better man. It's made me a more complete man. It made me more understanding of God and understanding how to put my trust and faith in Him. It made me understand how to work harder and do things I need to do. Like, I understand with the first situation, I didn't deliver or do what I needed to do, but the second one I kind of did. But at the end of the day, I still didn't reach the goal, so I still take some notch to it. So with everything overall, I understand that with both situations, it made me a better man, made me work harder, made me concentrate on what I did. Because a lot of times we look at situations and we be like, well, I didn't do it. No. I don't care if it was a perfect relationship. It's something you could have did better. So
Both people.
Yeah.
both.
Both people.
Always.
Always. Both people can do
But
better.
yeah, you can only take accountability for yourself.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's like both of y'all saying the perfect stuff it is both. But a lot of times both of us don't be where we need to be at times. So it's like all you can do is take accountability for yourself. And like I tell people, whether you did great, whether you did $1 million, did you get an A++? And if you didn't, it's still stuff you need to work on.
Yeah.
So like everything was great. Like everything was cool as far as like the week and everything. Like I would have did different. I should have jumped in the fire, like coming off vacation. But that's how I roll. Jump back in the fire. And I jumped back in the fire, did what I had to do, and just making sure everybody's straight, doing what I do, being a father, being a man, being this, doing what I had to do. That's what I did this week. So it was an incredible week.
Good.
Thank you for both my parents for showing up to church. Thank you for Brandon. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for everybody that was there. And I had a great weekend. My vacation people, everybody I had vacation with. Like, appreciate you guys. It was amazing. Thank you so much. But
now,
with you
I
ladies,
was gonna ask you something.
Go ahead, give it up.
What church do you go to? Because you spoke so highly.
Oh, my
of
pastor called Green Grove Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
It's on West McNichols, and I give you the information.
Okay.
You should come one day.
Okay.
No, for real, I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm not one of the people that just be like, you should come. I want you to come.
Send
for
me
real.
the information.
Like, my pastor is nice.
Send it to me too.
Yeah.
Send it to me
I
too.
don't know. You and Biddy gotta come for sure.
Okay.
Like, my pastor is nice. Like, I tell people, like, the greatest pastor to me I ever been involved with or been around. I've been to a lot of church. My whole journey was to visit churches, be around churches. But my childhood church my pastor was different. To me, my childhood pastor, he set the bar. So it was like nobody, and I've been to a lot of churches. I visit a lot, because my thing is like, okay, this is my church home. Let me see what other church homes about. So I ain't critiquing them, but I'm seeing, what did you do for me? So with my childhood pastor, he's always been here. He's always been a bar because he was different. I don't care. I love TV. I love Joe. He was on a different. He different. So my pastor, which that I chose to pick, my pastor, Antonio Pitts, Green Grove Missionary Baptist Church, he was the closest I seen to him. So when my pastor passed away and I had to figure out joining the churches, and I prayed on it and I thought of it, and I just didn't want to pick this church because he was my barber, he's my friend, but I wanted to just pick a church because it spoke to me.
Yeah,
and when I say his church spoke to me, he spoke to me, the word spoke to me, God spoke to me, everything spoke to me. It was naturally that I chose that church. But the thing is, when I invite people, friends, family, they say, whoa, I get it. And it's like, that's the whole thing of a church and God and connection and relationships. Do you get it? Do you feel it? Do it motivate you? Do it make your week different?
Right.
Like, because that's what church is to me. You can get up there all day and be oppressive, wear a nice suit, but do you make me change who I am? Do you make me grow?
Right.
Do you make me want to say, hey, why am I yelling at this person in front of me in the car?
Right.
I heard this good word. And that's y'all
Change
know
your
that's a
whole
lie. Because, whoa, get out my way. But it's like, do you make me say, relax?
You're right.
It's all right. Let them drive. Do you do that for me?
Or think about the other person, like, they might be having a bad day.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you do those things, that matter to me. And my pastor is my guy. Like, that's my brother. That's my friend. That's my big homie. Like, he motivate me. And it's just like, it couldn't be nothing else if he didn't do those things. But he do. And he's my inspiration, and that's my guy. And it's like, it's been an amazing week, and just by my parents showing up today is beautiful. And I'm like, people who got step parents, understand this. It's not wrong, and I had to learn this. It's not wrong to call people your mother or father because they're your step parent. It's not.
Right.
You could call them bonus, you could call them whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, you are who you are.
That's it.
Because I had, honestly, and my parents could tell you this, I had a better relationship with my stepmother before I had a relationship with my father. And it's like me and my father are like best friends now. But that happened over time. That happened when I was 25, 26. But me and my stepmother was close since high school, since middle school.
I think it's all about who makes you, who gives you the same description that you gave as your pastor.
Right.
You know, she was there. She showed up. She gave you what you needed. She showed herself to be a mother, you know, a mother figure. And that's just like when my dad, he used to have all these different girlfriends. And you know how some women, they want to reach out to the kids. And I'm like, girl, I don't even know you. I don't even. But it was only one that she never tried that. She just, her love for me, it was just all natural. It was organic. Like the relationship, our relationship built organically, and she didn't have to do nothing. She just showed herself as being a mother figure. So our relationship, that was the only one I called mother. But all the other 15, 20, and 30 of them, they wanted me. Why you don't call? Girl, I'm your mom, girl. Go sit down. You are not my mother, okay? So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it. But I like that relationship and everything. So with that said, let's hit Jhalisha with these questions.
Oh, goodness.
It's not no hard questions. All right. Tell us, because I'm never going to ask no generic questions. People come on here ask you generic. I'm not going to ask generic.
Right. I was
Tell
like,
us,
what questions are you going to ask me?
Yeah,
before
and I'm going to show you on the low. Because usually I do show everybody before I ask them, but today, what you know. What's some of the reasons that you like being in real estate?
Some of the reasons I like being in real estate?
Yeah.
So, first of all, I love helping people.
Okay.
But I mainly work on the buy side. I love literally the entire process.
Okay.
I like the education factor of it. And, you know, just service in the community. Really, my thing is too, people who, which is why I branded, made my brand Experience Your Dreams in Reality, because I wanted people to understand that it doesn't matter what your walk of life is. It doesn't matter what your career path is. It doesn't matter what, ultimately it does matter what your mindset is, but I want you to understand that it doesn't matter where you come from. Whatever that dream looks like, you can literally have it. So whether it's a $50,000 property in Detroit, whether it's a, $200,000 property in Rosedale Park, whatever the case is. So, I literally just grew a passion for it. Like I started, so just background really quick.
Take your time.
I was working in a call center. A friend of mine was like, hey, I really think you would be really great at leasing. And I was like, I'm not leasing no apartments. I don't know nothing about that. And so I went on the interview, got the job, and I literally fell in love with this industry to the point where I was like breaking records in their companies. I was going, like, helping these people go from 50% occupied to like 100% occupied. I had residents coming in and they weren't paying rent. They were just coming in and say, hey, Jhalisha, hey, how you doing? How you feeling today? Or just coming in to talk. And it was like, I really like this. Like, I just do it so effortlessly. And once I realized that, I said, you know what? I should really get my real estate license and start selling single family homes and take it bigger. And I did that, and again, it's just something that just naturally comes to me. I love to help people, and I just like everything about real estate. Going through the properties and everything.
But what I think what's really dope is that you were doing your own thing, and then someone saw this in you.
That's amazing.
Someone else, but then you took it. Even though I don't know nothing about this, I'm still gonna step out on faith. And then you found the love for it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's dope.
I was like, I just didn't see it. And matter of fact, at the time I was working at a call center, and my second job was working with your cousin, Latricia, which was KFC.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, no, I'm good. And then I probably worked in property management for maybe, and that was the other thing. I love the team I was with KFC, so I wouldn't leave KFC. I was making really good money in property management, but I still wanted to stay there. But I just, I love.
Right.
Huh?
Before
Trish
I forget my sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said
no,
your cousin.
Good. You good.
Your sister, yeah. But I just love every aspect of it, from helping them get their finances in order, get the approval letter, to doing the house shopping, then finding the one, us getting to the closing table and celebrating, them bringing their family and friends along their journey. It's literally just a process. So I really like to just journey with them, basically.
No, that's beautiful.
Now, do you have property of your own?
I don't. No, I'm working on that this year. So I actually, I reset myself, which I didn't know about until I really went to go pursue it. But when you go from W-2 to self-employed, you have to be working for 2 years, 1099.
Okay.
So I kind of reset myself because I just started full-time January last year. Yeah.
So look, like I said, I'm going to ask you all the questions nobody going to ask you. Like, explain the competition area or the people that's around you that you competing with. Like, explain that nature of it. Because I know y'all competing with different people. I know y'all talking.
People don't like me, so no, I'm just playing.
No, give it up. Like, no. Like, here
tell
we
it real.
Because people don't talk about the competition. We understand how good you are.
So
tell us about the competition. Like, what's your journey with the competition?
My journey is and it might not even be the answer that you're probably looking for, but my journey is I'm in competition with myself. I see what everybody else is doing, which is great. But ultimately I want to be better than who I was yesterday or what I was doing last year. So I have to understand.
I like that.
I have to understand that I think it's really about mindset. Ultimately, I'm on a journey of my own goals.
I like that.
So I can't compare myself, and I'm in my second year of full-time entrepreneurship. I can't compare myself to somebody next to me who's been doing this for 5-10 years. It's just not, it's really unfair for me to even make myself feel that I need to be on that level.
I like that.
I have excelled pretty quickly. I do have a really great reputation in the business, but ultimately, again, I just really feel like I'm my own competition.
I like that.
The people who are doing better than me, I see them more so as like motivation. It's more so like, okay, I can't wait till, you know, I get there. Let me really put some effort into whatever I'm doing to make sure that I can be on that level. But I never see it as a means of like competition.
And it opens it up to possibilities. Like, you know, like, oh, that's dope. You can do this, doing this. I could make it that far.
Yeah. Ultimately, the business is really about networking. Like, honestly, there are people who really are super competitive, even sometimes to the point where it's in a negative way. But ultimately, we all should really be networking with each other because it's something that, you know, even people who are doing way more business than I am, they're still coming to me like, how in the world are you selling so much real estate from just social media? You know? And so it's something,
check it out.
It's something that we all can really learn from each other. You know, you might be killing it and doing, you know, triple, quadruple times I am, and maybe your method is door knocking. I'm from, you know, I'm a millennial, so I'm not doing door knocking. I'm doing social media, right? And now you need to learn social media. So it's like, it's really, we all shouldn't be in competition with each other. We should be learning from each other because we all together. Exactly. So that's really my approach in this business, is to work together with other people who's open to it, so that we can really learn to grow with each other. So
that's dope.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
that is. Now, do you have do you lease properties as well?
I don't. Okay. So I have the option to. I can. When I first was working on getting my business off the ground, I was doing leases, but the payout is so small. Okay. And we put in so much work, and a lot of people don't understand that. We don't get paid until somebody actually successfully leases or purchases a house or sell a house.
Right.
So I can be out with you for 4 months, and if you decide you don't want to buy a house no more, I don't get anything. So we have to really vet, you know, these people that we decide to work with. But for me, if I'm going to really put in all of that time, like for instance, leases are usually 50%. Okay. So if you're going for a property that's like $1,000, I'm gonna make $500. Okay. But by the time I split with like my broker, you know, depending on the broker that you're with, if they've got like, let's say a 20% fee that they charge, you're really only making 80% of that $500. And it's like, if I put in 4 months of my time, $500, it don't really make sense, you know. So it really just depends. But I don't personally do leases anymore, but I always refer it to like other agents who do.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. That's
and that was gonna be my next question.
Because the reason I was asking,
can it be stressful? Yeah, it seems stressful.
When I first started, you guys, it was stressful. But I think when you get to a certain point, like when I went full time, that's when I took my business more serious. Okay. You couldn't just have me out looking at houses anymore just because you said you were interested in buying a house. You know, so I started making sure I did my due diligence to really filter out the people that were serious and that weren't. And literally ever since I've done that, I mean, before I did it, I could probably talk to 5 people and maybe only get one person. Now I'm like 5 and 5, maybe 4 and 5.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't really have to talk to a lot of people to get business because, you know, everything that I attract and everything that I do, you know, put the work in, I'm pretty much good to go. So yeah, it's not really as stressful as far as my journey so far.
Because it can be stressful for the buyer. Yeah, I've definitely been in there.
The buyers, so this business it is been there like, oh crazy.
My God, they need this, they need that.
I try and take as much pressure off of my clients as I can. So I really just try and, you know, y'all pick the house. I'm going to worry about condition. We figure out, you know, into how inspection goes. We'll talk about that and, you know, kind of move forward from there. But I really try and a lot of the behind scenes stuff that they don't even know is going on. If it's not to the point where they need to know, I don't bother them with that stuff. It's like, okay, it's, you know, we figure it out behind the scenes and kind of, you know.
Now, right now, would you, it seems like everybody's selling their houses. So would you say right now is a buyer's market or seller's market?
So we're shifting a little bit. So like for the past maybe 2 years, really since COVID started, which a lot of people probably would think would be backwards. But when COVID started, I mean, it was crazy. Like, people had money, so everybody was ready to buy.
Wow.
But it's more of it's still a seller's market right now, but we're kind of shifting. Like, we're starting to see more properties on the market a little bit longer. Before, you really couldn't ask a seller for anything. I mean, we were to the point where, I mean, people was trying to give up their firstborn kids to get these houses, and sellers were still like, nope, got a better offer.
Yeah.
So, but right now we're kind of shifting to where buyers can really, you know, go after what they want and not have a lot of competition. So, kind of just to put stuff in perspective, I would even say up to about 6 months ago, as a buyer, you could put in an offer on a house and be up against 20, 30 people.
Wow.
Right now, we're to the point where we've calmed down a little bit. So maybe you got about 5 or 10 other buyers to compete with.
Okay.
But before, it was, I mean, I was getting emails like, hey, we had 50 offers and we could only choose.
Because
That's
a friend of
great.
mine was selling his house.
Yeah.
And when he had an open house, and it was like 20 cars pulled up
Yeah.
at the same time. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it was like a line. Like, it was, you didn't even really have to do open houses. I mean, once you put the house on the market, you could expect that house to be gone, honestly, within like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was to the point where like a house would hit today, and I would tell my buyer, we got until like Monday night to go look at it, because otherwise we miss it.
Wow. That's dope.
But we've calmed down a lot.
It is.
Yeah. We've calmed down a lot. Yeah.
That's good.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. Because we was considering, we have 2 rental properties.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband a little attached, though. You know, it's for me personally.
I like how you
know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm like, look, but I got that business mindset. Like, it's an investment.
For sellers, it is, even like if it's a rental property, even that way, for sellers, it is the best time, because I got a client, matter of fact, she bought her house last year, and I could probably put her house on the market right now for like $50K more than what she bought it for.
Wow.
So people were selling not because they really wanted to, like, the attachment can still be there, but I mean, if you talking about 30, 40, 50K profit, it's like, hey, we need to put that on the market and get rid of it. Yeah. So it's been crazy.
So for somebody young coming in, or somebody that's new coming in, explain the process from the beginning to where you at now.
As far as career-wise?
Yeah. As far as like somebody starting out, like for example, my son, like he wanted to go into real estate, and I told him you was coming on the show, and he just was like, "What's the process?" Like,
yeah.
Where do I start? What do I do? What's the process?
So you of course start with the real estate class.
Okay.
I tell anybody who wants to be a realtor, I suggest Groupon, because they always have deals on there.
Okay.
So you can always get the class at a discount, but you want to definitely start with your real estate class, and then you take your real estate exam.
Okay.
Of course, there's fees. The real estate class can be anywhere from like $200 to $350 or so,
Of course.
depending. And then the real estate exam is like roughly around like $200. Once you take your real estate exam and you pass that, I mean, now you're good to go. So you need to select a broker, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of us, it can be 10 realtors in this room right now. We all can sell the same house and get paid different amounts of money.
Wow.
Because your broker determines your payout. So you have some brokers who have a 40%, of like a 60-40 split. You get 60, they get 40% of your check. You have some brokers who have like 80-20, 70-30, or whatever. So you've got to make sure that you select a broker where, one, you're going to get paid, generously. And then 2, a broker that's going to really help you and mentor you. Like, and that's the thing. You see a lot of agents fall out of this business because of lack of like support and mentorship and training and stuff. I tell every agent, if you got that far to take the exam, you're invested in it and it's something you want to do. But the broker that you sign up with and the people that you surround yourself with, literally can make all of the difference on whether or not you stay in this business. Wow. Because if you come in a business and you sign up with a broker, they don't never contact you. They don't have no type of mentorship program. They have nothing to really help you excel in your career. you're gonna feel stagnant. You're gonna be frustrated. You just like, okay, you know what, I'm out. But if you get with the right people, you know, like for me, for instance, I had, you know, agents, and I would let them shadow me. We go on showings. I show them how, you know, I show my clients around the properties. We go over contracts, you know, things like that. So it really just boils down to who you partner
But who
up
is
with.
the right people?
It depends. It depends on what it is that you want. So
Okay.
for me, like right now, I'm with Fathom Realty.
Okay.
We're 100% brokerage.
Okay.
So, and I'm okay with that. They do have a mentorship program
Shout
for
out
new
to them.
agents. Yes, shout out to Fathom, K Ready, and Livonia.
I got you.
But yeah, so you know, it just depends. There's a trade off. You know, I don't get a lot of mentorship and training because I'm 100%, and you know, that's just kind of what I want to do. But you have brokerages where they have the split, but they also provide you like a lot of mentorship training and stuff like that. So it just depends on, you know, what you really feel like you need. Do you need really hands-on support? So you need to look for a broker that offers that, you know. So
Now,
it's just really about interviewing.
Is it the same process as becoming your own entrepreneurship? I mean, your own entrepreneur in the business? Is it the same process? Like, how did you, like, when you decided to be an entrepreneur in the business, is that the same process of actually taking the steps to be a real estate agent?
realtor?
Yeah, because when you're in the beginning, like, how do you know the stages? What's the stages?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you
For
honestly,
entrepreneurship.
you really don't. You have to seek out other professionals that are where you want to be and
Yeah.
kind of
It seems
get that
like
guidance and that mentorship. Because again, it can make or break your career. I'm a risk taker. And I kind of just step out on faith. I don't really care what nobody else doing or what nobody else saying. So
That's what's up.
I like that.
I really kind of, you know, bump my head along the way and just kind of
That's the
figure
best-
some
that's the
things
best
out.
You gotta do what you
Yeah.
gotta do.
So it just really depends, but it would be the same process. Yeah.
It's the same process, and then you just make the decision to be your entrepreneur in the business.
Right. So
Okay.
when you say an entrepreneur in a business, because you're an entrepreneur if
So-
you're a realtor.
Okay.
So-
So maybe I'm having a misunderstanding of. So I'm thinking like for a realtor you can work for like an actual company, Keller, with whoever, but you're still an independent
Right.
worker, right? Or
Right.
or you working for them?
You're still an independent contractor.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So when you're a realtor, you have to hang your license under a brokerage,
Okay,
unless
I
you
got you.
become your own broker. Then you truly work for yourself.
Now, have you thought about
So-
doing that?
I've thought about it. I am gonna take my broker's class and my
'Cause
exam.
I think you'll be dope.
Yeah,
at
that's
it.
what
But
I
I'll
was
wait.
asking.
Yeah, I'm a little selfish right now. Like I'm really just building my own business, my own brand,
Yeah.
and then I think once I'm kind of later in my 30s, I probably will open my own
Yeah.
brokerage. Yeah,
Cause you got it. I could
Yeah.
tell.
yeah. Oh, I
Especially
appreciate
after
that.
seeing everything and how you were able to build, other companies up and stuff.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
So real quick, who was like some of your mentors or some people you kind of gathered your stuff off of?
Yeah, so I don't really have people I look up to, I guess I could
Yeah.
say. So I have a business strategist.
Okay.
She's Asia Kimmel with AK Social.
Okay.
She helped me build my entire brand, like everything, and I honestly appreciate her with like everything in me.
Shout out to Asia.
Shout out to
I do
Asia.
look at, other realtors, like celebrity realtors like Kiana Watson.
Okay.
You have Jeff Glover and Mark Z, who are, you can drive down the freeway and see their signs everywhere here
Shout
in
out to
Michigan. But yeah, that's I guess that's pretty much about it.
Hey, look, I'm proud of what you're doing. Like you working hard. Like you doing your
Yeah.
thing. Like
I appreciate
I'm not one of them guys that just say, "Oh, you doing a good job." Just say you doing a good job. I see the work that you're doing,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of how it works. So even social media, tell people how they can get with you at social media.
Yeah.
Cause her shit be popping. She be doing. Look,
Right,
I be
I have
like,
to
I gotta do
follow
better.
So it's so funny. I'm actually trying to navigate everybody from my personal page now that I launched the business page this week. But you can follow me on Facebook at EYDIR, which is Experience Your Dreams in Reality. Same thing on Instagram, but there is a period in between every letter.
And she doing
Or
her thing.
Jhalisha Foster on Facebook.
She doing her thing.
Look, I'm looking her up right now.
I know.
Honestly,
Type
I
it
have
up
really
now.
such a good time. Like, here's the thing. One of my biggest, and I think honestly that's what probably gets so much of the spotlight when it comes to even like other professionals in my business.
Yeah.
I'm very adamant about maintaining who I am at the core.
Yeah.
And still being a professional that I want to be.
That's what I like.
So
That's what
I didn't want to just be on social media, like,
friends.
you know.
We already friends.
Oh, see,
See, but she's so dope. She be giving amazing videos and conversations.
Wow. Okay.
She
But
don't
yeah.
even be knowing it.
so I don't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that realtor that's like, it's a flyer, you know, professional. Everything looks so cookie cutter nice, and it was like, that's it. I wanted people to be like, oh, she's a real person. Like, she go to the bar, she does this with her
like
kids at the
that.
park, she does this, you know, and that's really, I
That's
feel like
my
what
vibe.
sets me apart,
Yeah.
you know, and that's honestly, I don't care where I'm at in 5 years, I want to keep it that way.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I want to be who I am.
Exactly.
I want to inspire. I want to motivate.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do everything on my timing and God's time.
Yep.
That's it.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
about nobody else. I love you, motherfucker. But it's about us. It's about us.
Really
Yeah.
is. It
Me
really
and God
is.
is in this relationship where
Yeah.
And
He's
when you lay down
provided
at
time.
night, and when you lay down at night, you can be at peace,
Yeah.
knowing that you're
and
doing
that's-
everything that you desire to do, and that He's downloaded in you to do.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what I tell people too. I'm like, honestly, I feel, because they like, you don't feel awkward that you a realtor and then you post something like this, and I'm like, no, I don't, because at the end of the day, what is you go into the doctor's office and your doctor take care of you. Now, what they doing at 8:00 at night?
Right.
It's like, you know, but I guess the difference is too, I share that, and maybe a lot of people just don't.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
enjoy that though.
Yeah.
You're the type of person that I enjoy watching though.
But
because
she
it's real.
amazing. Like,
It's
her
real.
videos, she be posting her content. I be like, oh, like, I love her. Like, her shit be amazing. But like I told her, like, it's not about no other shit. It's about you dope.
Yeah.
And I'm celebrating you as a person.
Yeah.
It's not no other shit, but you amazing. I see how hard you work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
And
me
I
and
felt
her
that,
know
too.
what she went through, and for her to still be, I'm going to get it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
what
And
it
I
is.
felt that too. And I'm like, again, you guys were kind of talking about energy and stuff earlier. Like, I'm really big on that. And I want to make sure that I associate with myself with the right people and the
Yeah.
right businesses and stuff. So when you message me, like he was saying, I went to the YouTube channel and I was like, I'm going to look up your podcast first, because I'm not just about to go
Yeah,
on any
She
right.
wasn't playing.
So I looked up the podcast and I saw y'all two on there talking about so many different things. And I was like, oh, they provide a lot of value and a lot of really good content. I was like, oh, of course. Just tell me when.
You don't got to drink, cuz, but pour it up.
But yeah, y'all
But-
chemistry is just like amazing together.
And you know,
so it was nice to
everybody
watch.
everybody say
Yeah.
that about us.
Yeah, it
But
was.
see, it's the
And it's
the,
natural. It's just
the best
And you
thing
can
about
tell.
it is just her husband was my big cousin, and I love him so much. When I met his wife, I was like, oh, that's my big sister. It wasn't like, no, she got to be my big sister. No, this nigga my big sister.
right.
So
Because-
y'all are not even blood cousins.
No.
No.
Oh my god.
My husband is his blood.
That's
cousin.
That's
even
her
more
husband.
amazing.
And but her
Wow.
husband was like, he used to come pick me up and be like, come on, cuz.
But so many
Wow.
people has told me that, like when they watched the podcast, they was like, y'all have a connection. Y'all feed off. You know how y'all feed off each other, had the conversations. It's just all
But
natural.
what they don't understand is respect.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
her
it is.
husband is my big brother.
Yeah.
He not my cousin. He my
Right.
big brother.
Mhm.
And I love him so much, and I love her so much.
That's amazing.
They positioned me to be a great person. That's what it is.
Amazing.
So, with that being said, I want to thank Jhalisha for being on the podcast. I want to thank Celeste.
Thank
I want
you
to
for
thank
having
Taylor.
me.
Thank you for
I
coming.
want to thank Kyle. Thank you guys so much. We back from vacation. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, That's Crazy podcast, episode 15. Thank you guys so much. Next week, we will be back live from every avenue. It was supposed to be this week, but next week, Facebook, audio, everything, you'll be able to join us.
About to grow up.
Yes. This episode with Jhalisha, hopefully she come back and be in the audience and come kick it with us and
Yeah,
go get to
I
Hollywood
will.
when she blow up. But thank you guys for joining us. Have a great week. Please be safe. Love each other. Take
Wash
care
your
of each
hands.
other. Wash your hands. Be better people.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Thank you. Wow, That's Crazy Podcast.
Woo, woo.
Peace.
Good
That
job.
was good.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That was
You gotta
amazing.
come back, man.
I definitely